Hello students, hope all is well from your sides. Let us continue our topic of trigonometric functions. In this class, we will discuss about the sign of trigonometric functions. See, in this figure, PAB be a point on the unit circle with center at the origin such that angle AOP is equals to x and angle AOQ is equals to minus x. Then the coordinates of the point Q will be what? A and minus B. Therefore, cos minus x. We can write cos minus x is equals to cos x and sine minus x is equals to minus sine x. So, by using the property, we can find the signs of other trigonometric functions in different quadrants. We have discussed about quadrants in our previous class. So, now see, in the we are having four quadrants: first, second, third and fourth, and this we have to remember also. See, sine x is positive in first and second quadrant and negative in third and fourth quadrant. Okay, cos x is positive in first quadrant and negative in second and third quadrant and again positive in the fourth quadrant. This we have to remember because this will help us in solving problem. Okay. Now 10x. 10x is positive in the first and third quadrant and negative in the second and fourth quadrant. Similarly, cosec x, positive in the first and second quadrant and negative in the third and fourth quadrant. Sec x, positive in the first and fourth quadrant and negative in the second and third quadrant. And cot x is positive in the first and third quadrant and negative in the second and fourth quadrant. Okay, see, this thing we have to remember that sin x, cos x, tan x, cosec x, sec x and cos x are positive and negative in which quadrant, that we have to know because this will help us in solving the problem. Now we will see the domain and range of trigonometric functions. Okay, we will see that in which quadrant the value increases and in which quadrant the value decreases. Now see here, in the first quadrant, the value of sine increases from 0 to 1 and decreases from 1 to 0. And this will be clear from graph also. Okay, and in the third quadrant, it decreases from 0 to minus 1 and in the fourth quadrant, it increases from minus 1 to 0. Okay, cos decreases from 1 to 0, decreases in the second quadrant, decreases from 0 to minus 1. Cos in the first quadrant decreases from 1 to 0 and in the second quadrant decreases from 0 to minus 1. Similarly, in the third quadrant, it increases from minus 1 to 0 and increases from 0 to 1. Okay, then 10. It increases from 0 to infinity in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, it increases from minus infinity to 0 and in the third quadrant, it increases from 0 to infinity and in the fourth quadrant, it increases from minus infinity to 0. Okay, and another one is cot. So, see, decreases from infinity to 0 in the first quadrant, again decreases from 0 to minus infinity in the second quadrant, then decreases from infinity to 0 in the third quadrant and decreases from 0 to infinity in the fourth quadrant. Okay, now sec increases from 1 to infinity in the first quadrant, then increases from minus infinity to minus 1 in the second quadrant and in the third quadrant it decreases from minus 1 to minus infinity and in the fourth quadrant it decreases from infinity to 1. And another one is our cosec. It decreases from infinity to 1, increases from 1 to infinity, increases from infinity to minus 1 and decreases from minus 1 to minus infinity. This we have to see and this will be more clear by seeing the graph also. See the graph of sine x. We know that the values of sine x and cos x repeats after an interval of 2 pi. Hence, value of cosec x and sec x will also repeat after an interval of 2 pi. See here. It repeats after an interval of 2 pi. Okay, cos x, y is equals to cos x. Now see here, both the graphs are same, but here you see, here at 0 origin pi. So at origin, the graph of sine x starts from the origin, okay, and value lies from 1 to minus 1 only. Okay, but you see, in the case of cos x, it starts from 1. It starts from 1. Okay, now you see the graph of 10x. Okay, and this is the graph of y is equals to cot x. Okay, now see the value of sec x and cosec x. See, the values of 10x will repeat after an interval of pi. Okay, since cot x is reciprocal of 10x, its value will also repeat after an interval of pi. Okay, so using this knowledge and behavior of trigonometric functions, now we can solve so many problems related to it. So in the next class, we will start solving numericals. So this much for this class and rest in the next class. Till then, have a good day.